and that flooding that we heard people talking about is a big concern for us in every part of Central Florida.
Yeah, and even if we see, Tony and Marquise here with us now, that flooding in our western counties, the bottom line here is everyone's going to see a lot of rain.
Yeah, you can't say that enough. I mean, that redundancy of that statement right there is so important for everybody to understand. The cone is shrinking. It does that naturally prior to landfall. As we lock into a zone there where we think the core is going to go. Doesn't mean you're not within the winds of tropical storms. That's why we got these inland tropical storm watches and warnings, guys, meaning that within the next 36 to 48 hours, we will experience, especially north and west of the I-4 corridors. Marquise has been telling you with those county by county graphics, tropical storm force winds. A hurricane at landfall east of the Big Bend still gives us plenty of opportunity for significant rain with 4 to 8 inches up north and west, 2 to 4 inches from Brevard County back towards Orlando. The cone and the tracks all within line. They're all within the cone tonight. They're on the western side, but we've been drilling home the fact that even though we have the cone up to our north, outside the cone, a good ways, we have an inland tropical storm warning and we have tropical storm watches almost to the I-4 corridor in Orange County and through Polk County. So there we're talking about gusts that will likely be 40 to 45 miles an hour and even higher in Sumter, Lake, and Marion County. There's the center developing down towards the south. Debbie becoming a tropical storm at 5 o'clock. We've been noticing the bands down to the south, 40 to 50 mile an hour winds there. We've had 2 severe thunderstorm warnings so far. That's a manageable number, but we'll have to watch those overnight trends as this storm system continues to lift back to the north. Now let me show you the bands. There's a 47 now, just east of Key West, and the Key West itself anywhere from 35 to 45 miles an hour. We've been talking about the surge on the western side of the peninsula, not the eastern side. Looks like the surge there will be 2 to about 5 feet. One more time, going to show you a futurecast. This is the concerning thing for us. You get these squalls, these outer bands coming in early afternoon on Sunday through Sunday night. That's the corridor and the time frame we're watching for any tornadoes, along with gusty winds and heavy rain, especially north and west of Orlando. That's where the core of the strongest winds will be. And then as we get into Monday afternoon, still the chance for some isolated severe thunderstorm warnings, maybe a tornado or two, but the core of the action goes well to the north and east. With more on this storm and what it means for Central Florida, here's Marquise Mita.
Thank you, Tony. We're going to take a look at the impacts in regard to Tropical Storm Debbie, still continuing to gain strength in the open waters of the Gulf. But what we see here in Central Florida is going to be mainly concerned with the rain and the wind. Heavy rain showers will lead to the chance for flooding, in which we do have a watch already issued for Sumter County. Whether you have a watch or not, though, expect numerous chances for rain with those bands of rain continuing to move towards the north. Tropical storm force winds, Tony just mentioned that, but we also have the chance for tornadic potential and storm surge and rough surf conditions across the Gulf Coast, so a little bit further out to our west. We'll take you county by county now, in which we're not going to touch every county, but we'll touch upon some that show the strongest impacts here in Central Florida, in which those will include Sumter County. We do have those stronger gustier winds. Here's a look right now, which wind speeds could reach anywhere between 20, 30 mile per hour. Sustained conditions, max gusts of 30 to 40. Of course, we do have the watch in effect and the tropical storm warning already in effect as well. Lake County, you can see rainfall between 4 and 6 inches. We do have that tropical storm watch in effect. Marion County, no watches or warnings quite yet, but we'll still see significant rainfall over the next 3-day stretch and perhaps even into Tuesday coming up. And we'll have those stronger, gustier winds as well. 3 to 6 inches of rain here in Orange County, possible isolated amounts of 7+ inches. And last but not least, Flagler County. Here's where we'll see those stronger winds heading into Monday night and perhaps across Tuesday. Winds that can gust up to speeds of 35 or 45 mile per hour conditions. And we have Volusia County added to the list as well. Max gusts of 40 mile per hour speeds there. Here's a look at the rainfall accumulation. Further out towards the west, we can see 5 to 10 inches of rain. Your next 12 hours, though, we see a lull in the rain here in Orlando, and use that time to get prepared as Debbie is going to be on its way. Biggest chance for heavy rain will include Sunday and into Monday morning here in Central Florida, but remind yourself that we are in that right front quadrant of the storm, in which we'll be watching out for the threat of tornadic activity as well. Model comparison between the Euro and the GFS does show strong agreement between the two as it does race towards the north, and we'll continue to track the tropics Sunday and Monday. And then as we move towards the middle of the work week, conditions start to level out here in Central Florida. We'll be back in the mid-90s, and we'll also be back on WESH 2 News coming up after the break.